So we're going to look into it, and we're going to take it a little deeper. Right now, remember, tonight we're going to start with chapter 5. We went through chapter 1, and we know what chapter 1 is about. Can somebody tell me what is the key factor I brought up about chapter 1? Anybody?
Access.
Okay. Better. The word better. Remember, we look at verses, verse 4 through verse 6. Explain that to us, why it came to be better. It's important that we understand that better. Come on, there's the seat right here for you. To understand the better part of it. And we're talking about Jesus Christ. It's amazing to me. It's just amazing to me that everything that God did, God never said it was bad. But everything God added to it, he said is better. It's amazing. I love that about God. How we have life. And we have it more abundantly. But he came so we could have that life. But we was living before he came. But we didn't have the life that he brought to us. So he made our life a little bit better. Thank God for that. So Jesus Christ came and he made things better for us. He brought that out in 4 through 6, explained that to you in chapter 1. If you didn't have it, you can note that. Now remember, every teaching that I give is we all teach. I'm going to ask questions. Don't be afraid to talk to me. Say what's on your heart and mind. There's never a wrong and right. It's called an understanding and a better understanding. Because many times even, I know it's going to be strange, but it's the truth. It might be strange. Some of you might find it hard to believe, but it's the truth. Even God used my wife to teach me some stuff.
Amen. That prayer. Amen. Amen.
I didn't need that much amen. 1 or 2 would have been enough, okay? But yes, God is so good to us. So he always wants to be able to bless us. Chapter 2 of the book of Hebrews, the important thing we have to understand about suffering. The next word is suffering. Suffering. And remember, we don't have to suffer. Christ suffered for us. But when we go through this life, there's some things we got to endure. That's why he said, be encouraged. That's why he said, be empowered. That we have to make sure that we are empowered with the power, according to the power that worketh in us. You got to have that power. So you're going to go through some things, whether you want to or not, you will suffer. And he brought that out to us when he spoke to us. And what I love is verse 3 says, if the world going to have a hard time, don't you know that we as believers, we don't have a reason, we can't escape it. There's no escape for us. We know what God is telling us. And so it's important that we understand that we are going to suffer. In verse 10 also bring out the fact of suffering. And the reason why that is so important, it's not in depth right now, but it's going to get in depth as we go. And we're going to understand. Now, one of the things that I did not share, that I want to make sure I share with you, and that is, even though Christ came into the world, and Christ suffered for us, and Christ died for us, and Christ rose from the dead, and Christ did all of that for us, even though, remember this, that when a person come to you, and they say, yes, we study, when we're talking about Yahweh, Yeshua. All of that is good, people. Those are good names. Yahweh, Yeshua, Elohim, Jehovah. These are all good names of God. They are clearly defined in the Word of God. But you cannot be saved by Yahweh. You cannot be saved by Elohim. Not if you read my Bible. My Bible said there's only one name. Whereby a man can be saved. And that name is not Donnie Williams. He said that name is Jesus. Then he said, from that name every knee shall bow. Every tongue should confess. All right.